Hey everybody, I hope y'all can see me. I hope we don't have any technical difficulties tonight. This is the first time I have used Google Hangouts and YouTube, and so this is going to be new for me. I hope everybody can hear me. The difference between Spreecast and Google Hangouts is that I can't see any chatting, okay? So I don't know, how it's, really going down on your end. I encourage the leaders to help in the Facebook event page. If there is an issue going on, maybe you can help some of those that are having a hard time get on, okay? It's showing me that I'm live and that I have sound. So I'm going to check real quick over here in the Facebook group and make sure that everything's going as planned, it's okay. It looks like y'all might be with me. Okay, so I'm gonna get started. First of all, I'm Kim Edwards. I am your upline platinum. I just hit platinum in October. I'm pretty excited about that. And this is gonna be an hour silver and 6 training. It is really, if you are not executive yet, some of this might be over your head a little bit, but it'll be good information for later, a few months down the road when you are executive and you're ready to hit silver, okay? So take some good notes. If you have any questions, we can go over them either after this class in the event page, or you can call me, private message me, email me, and we can talk specifically about what you need, okay? So hang out for the hour. If you listen and hear some things that maybe you don't understand completely, it's okay. We'll talk about it again later, okay, when you get to that point. So let me start off by saying that we need to know what the comp plan is. What is Silver and 6? Well, Silver and 6 is the point of time when you hit executive, which is 4,000 OGV with 2 legs at 1,000 is when you hit executive. From the month after you hit executive, it counts 6 months, and Young Living gives you 6 months to hit silver. And if you do that, going from 4,000 to 10,000 OGV, with 2 legs at 4,000 and the overall of 10, they will give you a very amazing 120 or 121 seasonal oil kit that is worth $2,000. And it's awesome to have on so many levels. I take it to my classes. It's great for What's Next classes. And intro classes. We use it as a family backup. So, if, for instance, when I came home from Ecuador, I had an upset tummy and I got a regimen and I didn't have all of the oils, on hand that I would normally need for that regimen, and it was in my Silver and 6 kit. So while I was waiting for an order to come, we were using oils out of that. So it's great to have. It's a great family medicine cabinet that you can use when your family needs something and maybe you can't get it right away, or you're waiting for your order to come in or whatever. Anyway, the Aroma Complete is awesome. I got in my Silver and 6 package, I got a Silver and 6 pin, a certificate, and a really awesome and very sturdy laptop bag that doesn't just fit a laptop, it fits books and things like that. I've heard that they might change that, and I'm not sure what they'll change it to, but I'm sure it'll be equally as awesome. Another thing that's great about hitting silver is a pay raise. When you go from executive to silver, you hit a totally different bracket in that comp plan. So a lot of people will see a double increase in their check, which is pretty cool. If you are executive and you've already raised up some silvers underneath you, like my mom did, her check literally quadrupled when she hit silver. So that's pretty cool too. You get into this whole different bracket, and it gives you some leadership bonuses that you weren't getting before, and it's very nice. Okay, when you hit silver, you're considered a leader with Young Living. I call everybody who's working the business under me leaders, because I believe that, you know, if you're working the business, you're working to build leaders under you. But when you hit silver, Young Living gives you lots of other incentives within the company as a leader. So you get a special 800 number that you can use to call if you have issues within your team, if you have issues with orders, whatever. There's a lot less wait time, especially at the end of the month when you're needing to get in to, you know, help somebody out or help yourself out. You can get somebody usually right away. There's a kind of a lot more pull when you hit silver and you have that rank and you use that line. There's a separate email that silvers and up get to use to contact people and such. So you are looked at as someone who is very serious about doing this thing once you hit silver. Okay, it's an awesome accomplishment. But it's not easy. It takes work. Some people, you know, they look at people who have hit silver and they're, oh, I want to do that. And that's great. You do want to do it. But a lot of people don't want to put the work in that it takes to actually get there. And it's not easy. Actually, what I found in the 2 years that I've been doing this, is that stretch from executive to silver is actually the hardest. That was the time where I was priming the well the most. I was really having to do a lot of intro classes, yet do a lot of business classes. I was in the in-between of finding my leaders under me that wanted to work the business and had a passion to serve and love on others and work the business, and still growing that volume. And so I was finding what works for me, and it's a transition. You go from getting signups and doing intros for yourself to doing intros for others and duplicating yourself and building leaders under you and motivating. And usually within that time, you are maybe starting your own business group, or you're just finding your way. And that can sometimes be a lot of work. It takes a little bit of a sacrifice. You know, if this is going to be your primary income eventually, it's going to take some priorities. It has to be a priority. So when you go from executive to silver, it's not easy. It can be a struggle, but it is so worth it, especially when you hit that rank and you can move forward and your income can replace either something, you know, some other chunk of time that was taken up, maybe a part-time job or maybe even a full-time job, or, you know, whatever. So silver is an awesome accomplishment, and it's an awesome rank to be. Of course, we don't want you to stop there. The sky is the limit, and my goal is to help you reach your goals, whatever that may be. But I would like to think that your goal is like mine, and I don't stop till I reach the top, and that would be Royal Crown Diamond. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit tonight. I'm going to talk to you about 5 things that are going to help you reach your goals, whatever those may be. But I'm going to assume you want to reach the top in this company. And so we're going to go over what this thing is all about, where our heart needs to be. We're going to talk about structure and strategy and how to make it work. We're going to talk about classes, because that is one major thing we've got to get down, because that makes motivates our team and helps us function. And then we're going to talk about using our time wisely. That's a huge thing, because we can get sucked up in so many different areas and not be productive. And then we're going to talk about the rule of 5, which I think is also really important. We're going to do that in about an hour. We started at 7. It's about 7:15. So I'm looking to get done in about 45 minutes. Okay. So let's start off with what is this whole thing, this business all about? First of all, it's not about you. It's not about what you can get out of it. It is a blessing, a huge blessing. Of course, when I started, all I wanted to do is earn my oils for free because we couldn't afford to continue to make our ER orders. We had a really big struggle with income. My husband had a huge job change. His boss was caught stealing from the company in 2013 and was obviously fired and arrested. And then they brought in someone from within the company from a different state to take over. And he did not like my husband. Their personalities completely clashed. And so my husband was demoted from supervisor to, working in the facility at regular hours. His hours were cut, his pay was cut, and we were struggling. We like a lot of people, were kind of counting on that overtime. I mean, that overtime had been consistent for 3 years, and then all of a sudden it was gone. So we struggled there, and then of course, it was a snowball effect. And throughout the year in 2013, I was still working the Young Living business and children's pastoring and babysitting and cleaning houses, doing whatever I could to help ends meet. But we were falling behind and we couldn't really get caught up. And in December of last year, we had our house go into foreclosure. We also had our van repoed in the middle of the night. That was interesting. And then on January 3rd, my husband lost his job. And so it was hard, very, very hard. I hit executive last, September, October, in September. And then in November, I hit silver. And then in December, I really struggled to maintain silver. And then I hit gold in April. But I learned, for one, your why can change. Your reason for doing this thing. Mine quickly went from the love of the oils and earning the oils for free to trying to replace some income that my husband had lost, some significant income. And so I went into overdrive and started just reaching out to anyone I could to host classes and get that group volume going. And I learned very quickly that this business is all about building leaders under you. Okay, so it wasn't so much about me hitting rank. It was more about me building the leaders under me and helping them hit rank, because that's when my checks really started to grow. A silver with no silvers under them is a huge difference in income compared to a silver with several silvers under her. So you want to keep that in mind. If you want your check to increase greatly, then you definitely want it to, you want to build those silvers under you. Okay. So it's not about the $50. We get the $25 fast start for every kit that we're an enroller of when we sign somebody up. And then we get the $25. Well, we get 25% of their PV. Well, a kit is 100 PV, so that makes $50, right? Well, what if you forfeit that $50 and you offer it to someone who wouldn't, maybe they're not all gung-ho about the business. Maybe they are just opening up their home, inviting a couple people, but those are their friends, and you teach the class. If you put those people under that friend and they are enroller, and you ensure that they make that 50 PV order that month, and they get a check, say they invite 5 people and 3 people sign up. That's $150 next commission that's coming in the mail to them. Do you think that's going to motivate them? Chances are they're going to want to host another class. And chances are you're going to find somebody within that group that wants to work the business, okay? So that's how you find leaders within leaders. And so it's not about the $50. I hear a lot of people, so-and-so stole so-and-so, or, you know, so-and-so doesn't want to work the business, so I'm gonna take enroller. That's not what it's all about. That $50 is nothing compared to what you're going to make in the long run by building that person up and helping that person get where they need to be. Okay, so if ever you are in doubt about enroller, give it away. If there's a doubt in your mind, then it probably belongs to somebody else. And you are setting an example for that person, and you are also showing good leadership because you are uplifting them, and that's how you're going to get blessed in this business, okay? So it's not about hitting rank. It's about building the leaders under you, okay? I'm just going to go over here and check real quick on the Facebook page just to make sure. It looks like I'm lagging a little bit, but I don't know if I am for y'all. The second thing we're going to talk about is structure and strategy, okay? I posted this. You may not have time to print this out. I don't know. Let me get back up here. You may not have had time to print this out yet, but I did post it on the event page, so you can print it out later. This was made up by me based off of what I've been doing on notebook paper for over a year. And I'll share with you a little bit. When I first started, I thought, I don't know what I thought. I guess I thought maybe I'd never get past silver. I thought, you know, all I could think of was executive in silver. That was my only goal in life in this whole Young Living thing. Like I had to get there. I had to get there. And then when I got there, after I had stacked a bunch of people and I had, you know, put a bunch of people under 2 specific legs, I realized that my OGV was very high, but I could not reach the next level because I didn't have a 3rd leg to help me hit gold. And I literally hit gold, which you only need 35,000 OGV to hit gold. I had 67,000 when I hit gold because it took me a very long time to get that 3rd leg up and going where it needed to be because I hadn't been working on it previously, okay? So this path to diamond, I want you to focus on your first 3 legs, okay? So yes, it might take you a little bit longer to go from executive to silver because you'll be focusing on the 3 legs instead of just the 2. But that's okay because you're still going to hit it. But when you hit silver, you'll transition straight into gold. And that is the goal here. Then as you always want to think a rank ahead. Then as you're working towards gold, you're going to be working on 2 legs, okay? So you're going to be working on these 3. So you hit silver, okay? Then you're going to be working on your 3rd leg and your 4th leg. But your 3rd leg's already going to be in the making because you've already been working on it, right? So then you're going to be basically focusing mainly on the 4th leg to hit platinum. So you hit gold while you're still working on your platinum leg. And as you're working on that, you know, platinum leg, you're working on your diamond leg, okay? And then your royal crown diamond, crown and royal crown diamond leg. You're always working a rank ahead. That way, when you are ready to hit it, you're not chasing people trying to, you know, working your tail off trying to get there, okay? So, this is an important thing. When this can change at any time too. When you go to sit down and and you are making your bubbles, okay, this is your first level. All these are your first level. Now, you know, you might have Sally on your first level, but she's not working the business at all. And then she signed up Jane. Now, Jane is working the business, and she's got a couple legs going, all right? So then you would put Jane here and her OGV from like last month. And then you'd help her. This is where building the leaders comes in. You will help her build her 3 legs. You're duplicating. While you're building your 3 legs, you're helping 1, 2, and 3 build their 3 legs. Okay? When you do that, you are setting them up for success, which in turn will bless you and set you up for success. All right? So you should be communicating with these main leaders that you're working with on these 3 separate legs often. Like, you should be talking to them a couple times a week. You should know their why. Why are they doing this thing? What drives them? What's going on? And you should know their goals every month. That's very important, okay? Okay, so another thing I want to share with you is that when you're finding these main people, okay, they can be several legs down, several levels down, because when you have a silver, you have someone in your downline rank silver, it does, the generational bonus does not go by levels. It goes by generations, and generations are silvers. So say you have, you know, for instance, I'll show you. Say you have, say this is your first level right here, and they signed up this person, and they signed up that person, and they signed up that person, and your level 1 isn't doing the business. Level 2 is doing the business, but maybe she's not, you know, full force. Level 3 is not doing the business, but level 4 is kicking booty, and you help her hit silver. All of her OGV, which is 10,000 to hit silver, you will get 3% of. And if you know anything about the comp plan, you know that you only make commission, unilevel commission anyway, on 5 and 6 levels. Well, you know that those levels under her are a lot greater than 5 and 6. So she's probably got some 8s, some 9s, some 10s levels in her organization that now you're going to be getting paid on 3% generation bonus because she hit silver. Okay, so the key here is to identify the leaders. You never want to chase or make anybody do anything they are not ready to do. But if you can identify someone who wants to work the business and is teachable and workable, you can do that several levels down and benefit greatly from that. And that will help those legs grow and get to where they need to be, so that eventually you'll have 6 legs at 35,000 and you'll be hitting Royal Crown Diamond. Okay, so that might be confusing, but that's okay. We can always go over it again later, like I said. Okay, so moving along, let's talk about classes. I talk about classes a lot. In my organization, I suggest that someone who wants to build their business and wants to do it at a good pace will do 4 classes a month. That means co-teach. That means attend and get your people to a what's next or teach a what's next. One of those can be an intro for yourself. You know, that's important too. It's important to still do intros. I still do them. So, you know, you need to try to do at least 1 a week. And what does that look like? You know, it could be an hour at Starbucks. It could be an hour in your home. You can make it as big or as little as you want it to be. It can be very simple and duplicatable. You can have it in your home and have, you know, a big home experience and talk about, you know, whatever specific products. You could have a Ningxia party, or, you know, you can do an intro class and have all your downline invite a friend or something like that. You could be as creative as you want. In the oily team, essentials is my business group. In the files, there is a file that says ideas for classes, how to get the creative juices flowing, and there's lots of ideas in there. You could pick any of those and just get started. The best thing you can do to get motivated to do classes is to get your planner out and pick a day. How crazy is that? Pick a day and then stick to it, okay? If you write it down and you start planning it, you're going to end up following through probably. Most of the time I see people say, yes, I'm going to do that, and then they don't. And the ones that don't take a lot longer to reach their goals. So go ahead and plan them. If you are executive and above, you should be teaching a What's Next class for your downline. And we have full notes for that. It is a super important class for your downline. They will get information that they need on how to use their oils. They'll figure out how to log into their account. They will, you know, get signed up for ER. That's when we do Zyto scans. It's super important for people. You'd be surprised how many people never open their diffuser until they get to a What's Next class and they find out that they actually can, and it's not going to kill anybody. So it's an important class. So if you are executive or above, you need to be teaching or have your upline co-teach with you a What's Next class for your downline and your signups every month, and try to make it at the beginning of the month. I suggest that you pick a day every first Tuesday of the month or something like that, so your team can count on it and have it happen. If you don't own a Zyto, borrow one. We have a whole bunch of them in our organization now, and you can rent them from somebody, or they will loan it to you and you just pay them the, you know, whatever is made off of it and take good care of it. Easy as that. It'll help grow your team. If you are not executive yet, you want to make sure that you get with your upline who is having a What's Next. And if they don't have one scheduled, tell them they need to. And if they don't, and you know, are having a hard time or whatever, then get with a different upline that's doing one. I do them, you know, and if you don't have any upline in your area, I did it. I didn't have any upline. I've never had any upline here. I've done everything on my own. So, and I can help you. I can Skype in and help you, or we can do an online one. So there's options. What's Next are super important for your growing team. You need to do one every month, okay? And then do an intro for yourself, and then do a couple within your team. Your couple of legs that you're growing, you can co-teach with them. You can do online classes with them. That's important. Now, if you want to grow faster, do more classes. Find, you know, different people within your downline that will host a class. I have great success in offering a $25 product credit for somebody to host a class. They take me up on it. We pick a date, and then I give them enroller and sponsor, and they will go ahead and make some commission and usually end up continuing and sharing, because they find it very, very beneficial to share and earn their oils for free. So it gets things going. So you could do that too. If you can't find anybody in your downline to do a class, then just host one yourself. Go sit at Starbucks or whatever. I've done that before. So classes are super important. It takes a sacrifice. So you definitely want to get your family on board, okay? You want to get your husband on board or your wife on board Talk to them about what your goals are with Young Living. What are your dreams? What do you want to do? What is your time frame? You know, you want to be silver by whatever month. This is what you're going to do to get there, and have them help you. Have them, you know, share some of the responsibilities in taking care of things while you go teach a class or whatever. You'd be surprised how many husbands want to help. But if you don't really tell them what's going on, they're going to look at this as just another hobby or another thing that you're doing, or Mary Kay or something like that. And we all know that this is nothing like any other multi-level marketing company. This is completely separate from anything we've ever known before. So, you know, you're being raised up as a leader, and you're, you know, want to grow this thing. And then if you don't have your spouse on your side or knowing what's going on, that can be a huge struggle. So I suggest you sit down with them. You share your dreams with them. You know, if you've done a dream board, share a dream board with them. Talk to them about your goals and what you, you know, the kind of things that you have planned out. Get a planner and show it to them. You know, open it up. Hey, just so you know, next week I'm going to get with so-and-so on this day, and I'm going to go to Starbucks for an hour, and I'm going to take my oils. Okay. So if you don't mind, I'll have, you know, dinner in the crock pot. You'll keep the kids at school. You know, my husband used to call this, he used to tell me, quit playing on the computer. That's what he used to tell me, especially before I hit silver. You know, I spent a lot of time on the computer, you know, learning and watching videos and, you know, on Facebook or whatever. And I would get so angry. And I realized that it wasn't until I actually sat down with him, I said, I am not playing on the computer. This is what I'm doing. And he began to understand. And then, of course, when the checks start coming in and they're over $1,000 and you've never made $1,000 playing on the computer before, it has a whole new meaning, right? So, now, of course, at Platinum, it's mommy's working, leave her alone. She's got to get some stuff done so that we can go have fun. So it's pretty cool. I love it. Okay, so it might take some sacrifice. You got to get your family on board. Especially that whole, like I said, the executive to silver thing, that takes some work. Okay, so you really have to know why you're doing what you're doing, and you've got to plug in to some of your resources. So number 4, use your time wisely. If you are finding yourself on the computer all day long, or you are finding yourself getting up to go pee at 2 o'clock in the morning and checking your phone, you are not prioritizing right, okay? Or if you're finding yourself getting on Facebook and then you are on there like not feeding your kids and they're screaming in the background and you're like, just hang on, and you're still trying to get off of Facebook, you're not using your time wisely. Here's some pointers I have for you, because I've been there. That's how I can say that, because I've totally been there. Get a notebook, okay? And use your notebook as a guide to what you do when you sit down to work. So pick some times, okay? I have learned that picking a couple hours in the morning, which is what I love to do, is morning work, and getting back on for about an hour or 2 at night benefits my team and my network very well. In the beginning, I did not want to work at night. That was family time for me. I was so consumed with helping with homework and dinner and cleaning up dinner and maybe sitting down and watch some TV with my family. I did not want to get back on the computer. But what I found is that some people are night owls. And so when I was trying to build, I was finding that some of those people that were on at night weren't on in the morning. And I was missing them. So 24 hours would go by before anybody would get back to anybody. And it was taking a long time. So I found that if I got on in the morning and I did it, you know, in such a way that I was productive. And then I kept a notebook throughout the day of the things that I needed to do when I sat down, who I needed to get back with, who I needed to follow up with. Maybe I needed to create a graphic or a Facebook event for whatever reason. I would have a note of that, you know, a to-do list in my notebook. I would take that notebook with me everywhere. I still do it. Keep it in my purse. I keep it in the car. I take it into the bathroom with me when I shower, because a lot of times I'll get out of the shower and I'll have been thinking about who I need to talk to, and I'll go and I'll write it down, because I will totally forget if I don't write it down. And then when I go and I sit down to work, I'm productive. I check off my list. Now, I don't always check off everything, but I do a good majority of it every day. And that helps me stay focused. And then if I find myself drifting, oh, you know, so-and-so posted a video of their baby crawling or whatever, and I'll totally get sidetracked, I have to get back on track, especially if it's at night, when I want to spend time with my family. So what I find myself doing a lot of times is I will wait until after the family time and people start going to bed, and then I'll go ahead and get on for about an hour or whatever. Your phone, your smartphone is a great tool. You could totally work from your phone, you know, while you're in the bathroom. You know, you're going to the bathroom, you check your phone, all right, then get back to, you know, family or whatever. I do that a lot. And so, well, not a lot, but I use my phone a lot. So, you know, and then there's different things that you could be doing that might not be as productive for your business per se. And when you are doing busy work, you want to be thinking about, is this, for one, benefiting my team? And two, am I going to make money doing this? Okay. Now, like I said, it isn't all about the money. It isn't all about you. It is about what you're going to get out of it, obviously. But as a smart business leader, those are things you have to think about. Is this really going to benefit me? And, you know, in the bigger picture, because you could sit on, you know, a Facebook group all day long answering everybody's questions, and it's not going to do you a bit of good. Or you could focus on your team alone, or you could focus on your business alone. And not that teamwork through cross line and whatnot is not beneficial. I'm not saying that at all, because we need each other. We definitely need each other, and it's a give and take thing. But if you are spending a majority of your time doing things that are not benefiting you specifically and benefiting your team specifically, and you're finding yourself wore out, you're on the computer all day, and you don't have time with your family, it's probably because your priorities for your time are not designated in the right areas. I hope that makes sense. So if you have more questions about that, obviously we can talk about it. Use your resources, okay? You have a lot of amazing resources that are basically handed to you. We have more benefits than a lot of teams, and we have great support system. I'm sure you've heard a lot of people would love, that have already signed up in other teams, would love to be in our team, because we have a lot of support and a lot of things that a lot of teams don't offer or have, especially through, you know, with the graphics. We have some great graphic designers within our team and our organization, upline and down, and we benefit from those greatly. And then there's lots of other things we can benefit from. But choose your resources, and know, if you're not sure about what your resources are, figure it out, because those are major time savers. Okay. The groups, the wellness project groups, there's the intro group and the members group and the leaders group. Find out what they're all about, how to utilize them, and how to get people in them, how to tag people in them. For instance, somebody messages you, friend or otherwise, messages you and says, oh my gosh, my 4-year-old just threw up all over the place. What do I do? Your response should not be to go get your pocket reference and look up what to do for, tummy bugs and find out all the oils to use and message her back this huge long thing and go back and forth about it. To utilize your time the best would be for you to say, I am so sorry that your little one is sick. I would love to help you, but I think that you will get better results if you post this in the members group. Obviously, they have to have a kit and be a member to be in there. So you would say, what I'll do is I'm going to copy and paste your question and I'm going to tag you in it so you can start getting answers right away. Then if you want to answer that person, do it in the members group. Not only does that benefit the person and teaches them how to utilize that group, which is going to be way better in the long run for them than asking you everything anyway, but that also helps everybody else in that group. Because I guarantee you, with the volume that's in that group, there's probably somebody else dealing with the same thing, or has been dealing with the same thing, or will deal with the same thing, and needs to know that answer. Okay? So that's one thing you can do to help yourself out. Utilize the wellness project groups. If you do not have a business group of your own, then do that same thing with the Oily Team Essentials, which is my downline, my personal business group and organization, business people, or use the Leadership the Wellness Project as a business group. So you can do that same thing. Somebody says, I'm just not getting the comp plan. I just don't really understand. This is my specific question. You could say, that is a really awesome question. I want to answer that question, but I'm going to post it in the Blump group and tag you in it because I think you'll get a good variety of answers in there, So that is a good way to use your groups. The second resource that you have is books, the pocket reference. Right now at your level, you might not be able to give a pocket reference away to every sign up, and that's okay. But you definitely want to hook up yourself or with your upline to get them in bulk so that you can sell them to your downline for cost or whatever. You can up the cost if you want to, but even if you sell them for 20 bucks, they're still way cheaper than getting them online, and people don't have to wait around for them. They can take them home that day. Okay, so at your class, at your What's Next class, whatever. Essential oil pocket references by Life Science Publishers are wonderful to have, and they are essential for every person that has a kit. That will minimize a lot of your time, them having the resources they need. Another wonderful book I suggest is Dr. Scott Johnson's book, Surviving When Modern Medicine Fails. He has the new one out. It's a white cover. It is so awesome to have. It will give your downline and new signups wonderful information that will save you a ton of time trying to explain to them. They can read it themselves. What you're trying to do is you're trying to, and this is basically what Young Living pays you for, is to help a new person get the information they need to stand alone and help other people. So you're basically duplicating yourself within them. And so you do that with the groups, and you can do that with books. You can do that with social media. You can do that. You can have your own business group. You can have your own oils group. I don't suggest you start your own oils group until you are gold or so, okay? About 35 to 45,000 OGV. You've got, you're good and stable, but know that if you do not utilize the members only, the Wellness Project group, and you go on your own, which is totally fine, and we'll support you no matter what, it is a lot of work, okay? Because you really have got to stay focused in there. You've got to make sure that there is no crazy talk going on. Anna and Michael do a lot for the Wellness Project that we don't even see. They're very busy on a daily basis managing and controlling what is going on in those fast-growing groups. So I do encourage you to stay in there, but if you do feel that you need to start your own, wait until you're good and sound for an oil group. Now, for a business group, that's totally a different thing. I think business groups, separate business groups, are great to have. You can really focus on your own group. You can really do incentives and things like that that are focused just for your people, and it will help you with this right here, this path to diamond, because you can see where you're at and what you need to work on. You can do that within your smaller business group. One thing I suggest you do if you do start a business group within your team is that you have at least one upline, one silver and above upline in your team that is encouraging and can edify you in that group, okay? Or that you can tag if you need help in there, because we don't want you to do it alone. That's not what this is about. We're a support system, okay? So another great way to use social media to help with your time is a Facebook page, a business page. You look at a business page and you think that it might be, just to get these new signups or try to get, people to like your stuff. But I find a lot of times that my business page is a good resource for the people who already have kits. You could share recipes, you could share, new product ideas and things about the business. You could share the promo on your business page. People go there and they like it, and then they get the updates. And I think that it is a great tool to not bog down any of the other groups, but just focus on what you want to share with the other people that are enjoying oils. And you're not bogging down your personal Facebook page where your friends are going to start unfriending you because they're sick and tired of you talking about oils. You can talk all oils in your business page. Of course, you could share oils on your personal page every once in a while, but that's your personal page, so you don't want to bombard people there. Use your business page. If you don't have a business page and you're not sure about a business page, get with your upline. We'd be glad to help you set that up. If you have a business page, I have a couple of pointers for you. Number one, always make your business page profile photo your face. A nice selfie is okay. Of some kind, because people will associate your name with your face. And there's about 52 bazillion essential oil business pages, and I personally cannot even keep count or keep track of who they are. And so I know nobody else can either. So it will set you apart from all the rigmarole of business pages, okay? Another pointer is put your name in your title. So like, for instance, mine is Kim Edwards - Health Made Whole. And I have my face as my profile picture. People see my face, they see Kim Edwards, they see Health Made Whole. It's kind of a whole package deal. They understand what it's about because people will look at your branding as you. They're looking at you. Who are you? Are you a person they can trust? Are they a person that they want to go to, that they like? One of the main reasons people will buy is because they like you. So you want to be as professional and as positive as possible, but you want them to know your smile, okay? So that's just a social media pointer. Okay, so number 5, we've got about just 10 minutes, is finding your rule of 5. Some of you have already heard me talk about the rule of 5. John Maxwell talks about the rule of 5. He talked about it at convention this last summer, and it intrigued me. And I realized that it is super important to a growing business, a growing team, a growing organization. It helps kind of keep you on track. he talks about how the rule of 5, he has done the rule of 5 for years. And I can't go into complete detail. It'll take me too long on here. But you can go into Oily Team Essentials, and you can go to the search and the little search box that's in the top right on a regular computer, and you can type in rule of 5. And some videos will come up that I've done, and some YouTube videos of John Maxwell will come up, and some other information about your rule of 5. Your rule of 5 are 5 things that you do to increase or to work on your business every day. And over the course of time of being consistent, because consistency is key in this business, you will reap huge benefits from doing that. Okay, my 5 changes every once in a while depending on what needs to happen within my organization. One thing I definitely do every day is I pray for my downline. I also review my downline. So I click on my organization and I check everybody out and kind of see where they're at and what's going on. I read every single day. So that's 3. I read every day about leadership. I'm growing as a leader, and I want to continue to grow as a leader, so I will read whatever. And I'm going to share with you some books here in just a minute, okay? I encourage every single day. I find a few people to encourage. If that means I text them, I call them, I Facebook message them, and tell them what a wonderful job they're doing. I encourage. And then 5, I follow up. And I have a list of people that I follow up with, and that list changes all the time. But depending on my monthly goal and depending on what I'm working on, those are the people I follow up with, and I stay on their high knees and I follow up with them. And I build relationships with them. I don't just say, you need to do a class and you need to do this. No, I ask them about their kids. I joke around with them. I start to have a relationship with them. That's really what following up is. So find your rule of 5. It does not have to be those exact things. It might be, researching something or, doing something else. It could be whatever. But it needs to happen. It needs to happen every single day. John Maxwell said that he doesn't even miss a holiday. He doesn't miss his birthday. He doesn't miss a weekend. He does it every day. He said sometimes it takes him 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes him 5 hours. But he does it every single day. And coming from a man who is a great leader, a great Christian leader, and has wrote dozens of books and motivates thousands of people, I think that he has some pretty good advice to share. So I encourage you to find your rule of 5. Some 5 things that you do every single day. That consistency is going to help you grow. Okay, it's when that stops is when the goals stop and the numbers lag and people stop being motivated. So you want to find your rule of 5 and you want to stay consistent with it. I encourage you to share that rule of 5 with your upline. Whoever that is that you look up to, that you're working with at the time, I encourage you to share your rule of 5 with them so that they can be your accountability partner and kind of help you along the way. Okay, so let me share some books with you. If one of the things in your rule of 5 is reading to grow as a leader, I have some awesome books that I can share with you. I really encourage you to read anyway. Gosh, life is crazy and we hardly get any time to read. But if you get a chance to, it's super important to be working towards the goal of learning and focusing on yourself a little bit and your leadership skills. One book I don't have here right now is the 4-Year Career, the Young Living version. I constantly give that one away, and so I never really have a hard copy. But you can get it tonight on Kindle for like $2.99. So it's called The 4-Year Career, and it's an awesome book, very awesome. It's an easy read, small. It's got some great pointers. It's great for guys too. So if your husband doesn't mind reading, you can, lend it to him. And then, my husband, when we go on road trips and stuff, I just read out loud. So he doesn't really have a choice. He has to hear it. And he loved The 4-Year Career. Mine did. So another book is Share Because You Care by Star Marie. This is a great book. It's very little. It's just like some great pointers, some great things to do within your business. It's a simple guide to abundance. And then it comes with or you can buy separately, the workbook, which is also just, not very thick at all. These are some great tools. I've even thought about maybe doing like a workshop with our team through these, so that might be something to look forward to sometime. But if you get a chance, grab them. You can get them at abundanthealthforyou.com. Share because you care. It's really good. Another great book is Start With Your Why. This is a good book. Motivating. This is an oldie but a goodie. I read this years ago when I was doing Amway, and read it again over this past year. It is an awesome book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. You can get it used on Amazon for literally like a couple bucks. And it is a great book to have. It is a very good book. The 5 Languages of Appreciation in the Workplace. If you're having a tough time figuring out how to motivate your leaders, or just really how to love on them and get them to do the things that you feel are necessary in growing, or build a relationship with them, basically, this is a great book. It will help you kind of find out your downline's love languages and help to kind of motivate them. If you have read the regular Gary Chapman book, 5 Love Languages, kind of, the same kind of concept. And then this is a great overall book, The Boxcar Millionaire. If you get a chance to get that, read it. It's very, very motivating, a very awesome book. It will literally make you cry. So that book is amazing. So we are exactly a minute to 8 o'clock, and I want to go ahead and close. Hopefully y'all were able to watch and hear and see this properly. I hope I didn't just do this whole hour in vain. And I will find out here in a minute when we go over to the Facebook page. But I am going to, we'll do a question and answer over there. And hopefully the leaders that under me will kind of step in. So if there are some things that, you have questions about, we can answer them for you. And obviously I'm always available. If you want to private message me, or we need to talk on the phone about something, or help map out your next goal, your next rank goal, I'm totally here for you. Okay, so thank you so much for taking the time tonight to watch and listen. You're here because you have dreams and goals, and you want to learn a little bit more and make this thing work. And so I respect you for that, and I am excited for you. And it is an honor to be here with you and share with you and be a part of this oily journey with you. So let's head over into the Facebook event page, and we'll get some questions answered. You guys have a Merry Christmas.